Today I'm sitting down to play a little bit more Standard Brawl. This time around, Ureni, the Song Unending. It is going to be a Teamer Dragons ramp list. Nothing overly creative, but a list that I have been having some fun with since I've been exploring a little bit more of Standard Brawl. I've been having a great time in this format. I think there's a lot to appreciate in this format. In general, the games have been slower, a little bit more back and forth. Yeah, sometimes people get run over, sometimes people just do the big crazy thing and it's over, but a lot of good back and forth stuff. So in the end, I've been very impressed with the state of Standard Brawl. I think it's something that you should definitely try to check out if you have a good enough collection. I know that's the big concern that a lot of people will have, is that I don't have the cards to play it, but you can kind of cobble together something and just at least explore the format. It is Standard Brawl, 60 card format. Singleton, you might have more cards in your collection that are good in this format than you may have assumed. So what am I doing with this deck? Well, basically I just put in a whole bunch of ramp. You know, we have stuff like the Studious First Year, of course, Shared Roots, Glimpse the Core, a lot of 1 and 2 CMC, mostly 2 CMC ramp. So then we can go into our 4 CMC. Hopefully we find Circuitous Root or Encroaching Dragonstorm, and then we can really ramp it up into our big end where we're playing all the heavy hitters, things like Terror of Mount Velus. We have our Storm Scale Scion. It'd be kind of cool to do the Storm thing, but I don't think we'll do that. We'll see. Incinerator of the Guilty has been a fantastic card. Everybody knows Meringue, River Regent, and so forth. So lots of big end dragons. We're going to hopefully overwhelm our opponent with our Dragon Might. See you in the games. Ooh, Mendicant Core to start things off. This is one of the commanders that I've actually been thinking about making myself. It is a very neat card. We don't have any ramp. We do have removal on 3, and Breaching Dragonstorm is good, but I think this is Surveil. I think this is still not good enough. This is, wow, bad. Just because of our mana base. Bad. Okay. Garrick's up. Are we going like the full ramp thing? I think it's actually, yeah, maybe leaning into getting into Ureni. Ureni, which is a card that I didn't actually talk about. Ureni, flying, protection from... What's the opponent doing? Opponent, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, did they finally find a keepable hand? Ureni. I'm going to keep this one in because I want to explain what Ureni is. Ureni, it deals X damage. I can't help but laugh about what you just glance up and you see your opponent just like shuffling away all their cards, mulliganing into oblivion. Yes, protection from white, protection from black, flying. When it enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of planeswalkers or creatures, where X is the number of lands you control. So that's why we want to ramp, but otherwise Ureni is just a big old dumb thing. Maybe we'll find a better game soon. Roxanne, very popular girl on the ladder. It's not ladder, I guess. Opening hand, we have a little bit of ramp. We also have card draw with the Roiling Dragonstorm. I actually kind of like the interaction between Roiling Dragonstorm and the Nova Hellkite. So we can put this out. We can bounce this back very easily. Might be in okay shape. Insidious Fungus, the opponent, and that's a very good draw because now we are up to 6 mana very easily. This thing, they can destroy our Arcane Signet if they so choose to. They chose not to, which is good news for us because had they taken this turn to destroy that, I think it would have set us back quite a bit. But now we are just kind of going to ramp up. So what are we choosing from our deck? I guess we'll grab one of these and no. Does it really? Yeah. Okay, fine. We'll grab a forest. One thing about this deck is that there are a number of ramp spells in the deck that are specifically after basic forests. So one thing I do try to be a little bit careful with is how many forests I do take out of the deck, because I do want to be able to have forests to find with those cards that specifically want to find basic forests. Okay, Ruby Daring Tracker, a little bit more ramp for the opponent, but they're just using Ruby to attack in for 2. Kind of okay with that. Unfortunately, Nova Hellkite not getting any benefit here because of 1 damage to things. Are they going to use the Insidious Fungus now to take out the Arcane Signet? Oh, okay. A little bit late, but that's fine. Starting town coming in tap. So what are we doing this turn? Are we just flopping down You know what I think it's going to be? It's going to be Roiling Dragonstorm into a Warped Nova Hellkite, getting a little bit of damage. So we're going to be putting out the starting town, and then Ruby folds to Slagstorm pretty hard. I don't like throwing away my Dragon or Hunter's Talent, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Roiling Dragonstorm is going to be returning to hand. We deal 1 damage to Ruby. Doesn't do anything. We just get in for 4, and we are in pretty good shape. Maybe next turn we wipe the board with this if they end up putting out a few things. Even if they just put out Roxanne, I think I'm willing to kill Ruby plus Slagstorm. Oh, this card. I don't like this card. I don't like it. It's so like automatic, I guess. And that's my problem with it. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 7 mana, which is not quite enough to get a little bit of extra juice on the big boy here. So I think, unfortunately, oh, I should have put out the Roiling Dragonstorm. It's dumb. I'm dumb. It's fine. I'll do it. Should have done it the reverse way, right? Glimpse the Core. Do we really need more ramp spells? Maybe it could be good with this fellow over here, actually. Maybe we just get rid of the rune scale. I don't think it's that important, and we do attack in for more damage. This thing is one of the weaker dragons that's in the deck. It's kind of cool. Sometimes the Chilling Screech really does come in handy, but I think it's one of those ones that probably could be cut for a bigger top end or something a little nastier. Wait, there's Roxanne. So let's see what... Go to face good. Let's see what the Chimmel ends up finding off the top of the deck. And if it's something worth sweeping away, maybe we will do that. Otherwise, maybe we're going to go with the Scion. 2, 4, 6, 8. We do have 8. I could actually put down Ureni and take out quite a bit of their board, which might be necessary because they are kind of doing a lot of damage to me. And now they have the Mentor, which is another good target. So it's probably just Ureni, right? Wait, so Ureni is going to target Roxanne. We're doing 8 damage, right? I think we leave the Overlord of the Hauntwood. Sure. So 2 damage here, 3 damage here, 2 damage, and we'll just do a little bit of extra damage there. Wipe the board. Boom, boom, boom. Bring back our Roiling Dragonstorm. And just attack in. Now, we do got to be careful. We are at 11, they're at 13, but next turn what I can do is maybe get some Scions on the board. It'll be more than enough damage. Well, I mean, we have lethal damage on the board right now. Unfortunately, protection from white and black, the opponent is not playing either of those colors, so they're doing okay. They should be able to get rid of Ureni. They're packing some removal, but 10 toughness is a big ask for this type of deck. And yeah? What do you got? Show me your trick. I don't think I can take 6 damage in this spot. Boom. Do they have a board wipe? No, just Roxanne. So they can 2 damage to it, 2 damage to it. Ooh. Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So what are we up to? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 mana. That's not a great hit. That's actually, it's very good for us because they whiffed on their Chimmel. We got 9. From here, we could go Slagstorm, Slagstorm Scion. Just wipe the board. Yeah. Sure. It also does damage to opponents. So if I deal damage, no, it's not quite enough damage. Yeah, let's just get rid of Roxanne. It's fine. Steam Vents, and then we get a small Storm with the Scion here. Kind of cool. And now this is a pretty good board. They do have like a board wipe here with this thing, but they need to also have a creature on the field to take advantage of that. And our creatures are just a little bit too big, I guess. Could they have done it? Not sure. There it is. All right, pretty good back and forth with Roxanne, but in the end, we get to see dragons reigning supreme against the Skyfall. I have a feeling some people were commenting on my last video saying, oh, taking out Roxanne, good. I have a feeling this might be one of those commanders that people have a little bit of trauma about. Let me know about that Roxanne trauma. I'm curious. Ooh, Garnet. I know a few people are fans of Garnet in the channel. No ramp outside of Sarkhan. I think this is a mulligan. A little bit boring to just be ramp, but that's the game. Unfortunately, all the opening hands were kind of bad. We're going to try to keep this one. They are a Garnet deck, so I am going to throw away the Meringue, and then, although maybe that was a mistake. Now I'm looking at it because I don't have a dragon for Sarkhan. Maybe I should have thrown away the Breaching Dragonstorm. We'll try to piece it together. Do I want to just run out our boy? I think getting the token is actually really important, and I can hold up the Scorching Dragonfire. Maybe they throw down Garnet this turn. Get a nice quick kill on their Ander. Sure. But it worked out for us. Boom, boom. See you later, girl. Draw me a creature. I want to see a dragon. There's a dragon? There is, in fact, a dragon. I'm still going to hold on to the Sarkhan. I think the treasure is... I just value the treasure a little bit too much, and I don't think putting Sarkhan as a 2-2 on the field is really going to be that valuable. Ooh. Encroaching Dragonstorm. Fantastic. We get to go and grab whatever lands we want. We'll grab an island, and I think maybe a forest, sure. And now we are into the Breaching Dragonstorm part of the game where we are going to be able to start throwing this out and maybe cycling it. So whenever this enchantment enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Sure. They got rid of that. I'm fine with that. This is free, right? And then when a dragon enters, the Breaching Dragonstorm is going to return to our hand. So we get to... Oh, it's bad. It's bad. It's so bad. But it's also not so bad because we do have now 2, 4, 6, 7, possibly 8 mana. And I draw 3 cards? Aw, opponent. We could have been partying together. Could have had me draw cards. Bad. Okay. Garnet back on the field. I might need to take care of Garnet now. And we are still not finding our lands. Or not lands, sorry. Our creatures. We are finding plenty of lands. But we are up to Ureni now. We got protection for Garnet. Eroding the Garnet. Love it. Offensive erode, I guess? I don't know. How do you call it? Is it an offensive erode or a defensive erode when you blow up your own creature with it? I don't know. Still going to hold back on my boy here. We have 5 mana. I suppose I could mill cards into my graveyard and try to go about it that way. But I also kind of think that maybe it might be better next turn to just try to do this for 8. Maybe. Yeah, and pray that the top 4 cards put 2 creatures into my graveyard. Garnet's back. Or I just Ureni. Right? Ooh. Bringing back Assault's kind of cool. Yeah, let's do Ureni. What does this say? Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, airbend up to 1 target non-land permanent. Well, we're not playing that game. But we'll put 5 damage here. We'll put 7 damage here. And now Ureni is on the field. Ureni does have protection from white, which means that maybe their removal is not going to be actually able to get rid of Ureni. Because I'm sure they're sitting on things like not Oblivion Ring, but Oblivion Rim type effects where it's like an enchantment that eats Ureni. They need a green removal spell, and I don't know if that's a thing that they're going to have. They could have fight spells, but then they need a 10-10. Okay. I'm fine blocking this. Maybe they have pump for it. That I don't know. To me, that seems like a little bit of a wild thing. Oh, okay. Day of Judgment gets around protection pretty dang well. Give me a land. Now I kind of want to see a land. Now I really want to see a land. Okay, they tap down the Choco Moog, and we don't find the land. So do I go with the Dragonback Assault and just wipe out this little fella? Also, this guy now is online, so I actually don't mind this. So, boom. And we will reveal Chomping Changeling, which is actually pretty good in this matchup against a Garnet deck, which is presumably going to be having a lot of enchantments on the field, sagas, because they want to be like removing the counters from the sagas and cycling those things around. So chomping, I put an L in there, Chomping Changeling, and maybe get rid of some nasty things that they put on the field. Uh-oh. Summon Titan coming down, which the Changeling is going to be pretty good against the Summon Titan. Oh, Enduring Innocence. Okay. And the Bramble Familiar to draw a card like that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We don't quite have enough mana to throw out Ureni one more time. But now we do. And what are the chances that the opponent has another board wipe? I mean, I guess it's possible. How much? So let's wipe all this stuff out. Boom, boom. And we get in for 4 damage. And opponent, you need something pretty big here. Also, if we untap next turn, Smuggler's Surprise is going to be a pretty good card to give all of our creatures indestructible. So if they do have an Ultima or something, Ultima's Destroy, I believe. Bahamut. Bahamut's pretty good answer to our poor Ureni. Ureni taking strays. But we actually have a pretty good answer to the Bahamut. But we can actually just get rid of it. Chomping Changeling coming in, biting on Bahamut. Isn't that a funny thing to imagine? And I suppose I throw down. Oh, again, I miss. I'm not used to not punished. Actually, super not punished. We get to get rid of their Evendo. And we get to return our Breaching Dragonstorm. I'm just not used to the Breaching Dragonstorm returning thing. What I should have done is put that out first, then the Chomping Changeling. We would have returned it to hand when it came down to blow up Bahamut. So again, we're in the hope to untap with 2 mana so that we can hold up Smuggler's Surprise part of the game. Most Helpful Weaver. Not great. Not great against a bunch of 4/4 and 4/5 dragon and the Dragon Master Sarkhan. But this is cool. This is kind of what I was talking about in the intro, is that you get a lot of these good back and forth games. I think we both were doing something in this game. It wasn't really certain who was going to win in this one. This is kind of the experience I've been getting on Brawl, and I kind of really like it. Grizzly Bill, time to get absolutely destroyed. If anything, if I have learned anything playing this format, is that once you run into landfall, you're toast. Okay. So from here, I need to be able to hold up Spelling Exhale, I believe. So let's do the Hedge Mage first. Hopefully find Legend of Roku's not bad. I'm going to actually keep that on the top. This is one of those cards that I really, really like. And we do have our Spelling Exhale online. So if we can stop an early bill, I think it might be to our benefit. It's a Weather Maker. They're ramping. Okay. I think it's okay to allow that to hit the field. Okay, from here. Now, do I want to use Bushwhack to eventually fight something? Or do I need it to go and find a land? And I don't like the lands that I have available to me. So I do think I kind of need to go find something. And we'll grab a forest. Why not? We do have 2 blue mana, so we do have the Chilling Screech, and we do have the Dispelling Exhale. Chilling Screech. Ride the Shoepuff does get out of control quite quickly. Do I really need to jump on that right now? They're going to slam the Bristly Bill. Okay, ride the shoe puff is fine. Fine. Keen-Eyed Curator. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. See if they make their land drop. I'm sure they do. They are a landfall deck after all. They're gonna have plenty of lands. Now we have to deal with this Llanowar Elf. Bushwhack. Find more land. Okay. So Dispelling Exhale is losing value very quickly. What isn't losing value now is this. Well, no, actually it is losing value too. Because we might have a hard time actually slag storming something with this Ride the Shoe Puff. Okay. I'm going to do this. I don't want the build to resolve. Didn't I behold? I didn't behold? Oops. It's actually not going to be a big problem. Actually, it might be better in the end. No, it's not. Because this doubled up the counters. Oh, did I not behold the dragon? What did I click on? I think I just... sometimes it happens with these like weird things. Like clearly I wanted to behold my dragon. Clearly. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting, the replay. Maybe... Oh, I know. It's just I selected 0. What I had to do was go over here and select the Incinerator. All right. That's scary. All right, all right. Landfall deck. Landfall deck doing landfall stuff. Unfortunately, Slagstorm not going to be so great in this matchup. And it's immediately a 13 power creature. It wouldn't have really mattered if we did behold it. Ouch. That's the landfall experience. Isn't that fun? I mean, we're ramping too. Oh, McLovin. Roxanne is back. A little annoying to find double Roxanne gameplay, but it's fine. Roxanne, popular girl. People love her. We get to go out with our studious first-year student and hopefully ramp on 2 with this Verge. And then if we find an untapped land, we go into the Encroaching Dragonstorm, and we are laughing. So we did find it. Things looking good. Things are looking a lot better than the last game. I'll tell you that much. Do I need blue source? I actually don't think I need a blue source because I do have the Hedge Mage. I do have the River Pyre. I think we're okay. And we can always grab it later. Again, I think I mentioned it. The lands that you grab in this deck are not overly important. I'm going to stick to the ramp plan. Dragonstorm. I think Ureni is going to be important in this matchup. So I probably want to get up to 8 mana as quickly as I can. Next turn, maybe we get down the Frostcliff Siege. We get down Boiling Dragon. Heck, we just get down everything. Yeah. They got a Fire Crystal coming in, and we find a tap land. Not great. So Hedge Mage finds Shared Roots, which is actually kind of great for us because the Roiling Dragonstorm can draw that in right now. We don't want this Botanical Sanctum. And what we can do is ramp. Do I want this on the field or do I want... No, I can't even put it on the field. I tap my mana a bit of a weird way. Okay, we'll do that. Sure. I'm just going to put it out. Eventually, this Hunter's Talent is going to be good for the level 3. Once we get Ureni on the field, maybe the opponent's going to have a hard time, and then we can start drawing extra cards. Do they just slam Roxanne here? They do. Okay. I kind of need to act quickly because this Mentor actually does probably get out of control pretty quickly. Sure. But we're going to clean up this board right now. Yep. Slam the big boy. We get to bring back these 2 things as well. Pretty good if you ask me. It just seems so powerful against some matchups, man. Ureni is such a cool card. But again, it's ramp. So I went on a little bit of a rant in a recent video about ramp and it being a bit of a problem. And I mentioned like, I heard in EDH, people are not overly fond of what ramp is these days. It's like one of those kind of archetypes that has a bad reputation, I suppose is the way to say it. I don't know. I think the problem I have with ramp it's not ramp, it's the landfall thing. The landfall just gets out of control so quickly, and they are, when I think of like rampant growth or like 3 CMC ramp spells, the drawback of those cards, excuse me, the opponent is, I think, trying. Can they sacrifice these at instant speed? Oh, I don't know what the opponent has here. I want the opponent to show me something. Am I missing something? You know, when I think of those like 3 CMC ramp spells, they are spells that have a downside. The downside is that you're taking a turn off to do that thing. And I don't see that nowadays. I see, you know, they are ramping, they're doing the crazy stuff while still getting the benefit of doing the crazy stuff, or like creating a crazy board. So that's the where I'm, you know, the problem for me is kind of at. Smuggler's Surprise can go, it's fine. And we're going to destroy the Fire Crystal. I think this is going to set them back a little bit. We also get to return both the Encroaching Dragonstorm and Roiling Dragonstorm. A Braid on the Changeling, that's okay. Oh, so they had an Abrade, but did they do their math wrong at some point? I'm actually not going to attack him because I don't feel overly safe. Even though it's just a Tender Wild Guide, I kind of feel like I could die. This is a lot of damage, I think, or a lot of ramp. This has already done its damage. Never mind. I'm misunderstanding what this card is. When this enters, it deals 2 damage. So it's fine. Just crazy ramp. Sure. So from here, we're not really finding cards that we want. We need to find dragons. Flagstorm is okay. How much mana? 2, 4, 6. Okay, so much more. 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. Oh boy. Things were sketchy there. I think this is lethal damage. Looks good to me. Dragons! Take that, Roxanne. Taking down another Roxanne deck. Oh. Anyways, ramp. It's one of those weird ones. I'd love to hear people's opinion on it. Ramp, and specifically landfall as a subset of ramp. Earn it again? This is a little bit unusual to be running into the same opponent, not same opponents, but same decks repeatedly. This is definitely not a thing that I have experienced in this format before. In general, the matchups have been varied for me. And yeah, just a little bit weird to suddenly start running into a whole bunch of similar decks. Not a whole bunch. I am exaggerating immensely. But 2 Roxannes, 2 Garnets, but that's fine. Let's see what these decks can do. Let's grab, we have our blue source, we have red sources. It doesn't really matter what I grab, I think. Let's grab Mountain. Legend of Roku could be pretty good if we don't have removal for Garnet. Sure, let's do that. Legend of Roku, see what the top of our deck shows us, and not great. Not great at all. These are both basically dead cards because we don't have the mana to get into the Incinerator. And the Smuggler's Surprise is just not a card that I want to be casting. Oh, what am I saying? Oh, Legend of Roku coming in, being the hero that he needs to be. I forgot that the second chapter here ticks, and we get up to 6 mana. Whoa, Roku, you've always been our hero. And now we have the Incinerator, which means that... Whoa! Wow, the opponent just outplayed us so hard. Okay, Garnet. Hey, yo, girl. Hey, ho, calm down. You need to slow your roll, little one. She's up to 4. She's going to keep growing. I can't get rid of her because this Dragonback Assault is just not quite there. So, I guess it's probably throwing down the 5/5. and hoping that our Dragonback Assault can find something later. Is this necessary? Chomping Changing? They do have good targets over here for it, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm going to throw it in the bin. Now, Roku does have Firebending 4. I can start making some dragons. But I need to get rid of this Garnet. I think she's going to get out of control quite quickly. Okay. Gets a little bit of protection. And up to 5. Oh, man. They have a pump spell, right? There's no way they don't have a pump spell for Garnet here. That was 100% the case. If I put... Oh, they're just like straight up killing my boy. Whoa, this is not good. This is not good at all. So, I guess we have to go with the Ureni plan. The Ureni plan... Sketchy. We're down to 10. We can't do anything with that firebending magic mana, unfortunately. And next turn we can throw down Ureni. She does have Ward 1 though, actually, so I can't do it next turn. So Garnet is just going to be chump blocked forever. Take 7? Take 7. Let's do it. Take 7. It's fine. Once we get... Okay, so Ureni does have protection from white. So Garnet is not going to be able to stop my boy. But I can't actually do any damage. Amazingly, this one ward is just huge. But I think I still have to throw it down. I don't really have a choice but to do this. Sure. Doesn't matter. Ward 1 can't pay it. Boom, done. Let's challenge. No, I'm not going to challenge the 4/4. I think I need my blockers back. I love what the opponent's doing. This is such a cool... I'm glad we're seeing Garnet actually popping off here. Okay. Yeah, it's a problem. Everything's a problem. But again, protection from white does keep Garnet at least in check. Okay. I'm not mistaken, right? Pro white is a thing here, right? And as long as she doesn't get up to 11 toughness, we're okay. She's dead. Bye, Garnet. Teaching people the power of protection from white. Powerful, powerful mechanic. And now... The unfortunate thing is the opponent has a lot of life. We do have the Terror of Mount Velus, which is kind of crazy, but that's still a lot of life on the opponent's side. We did not draw a land, unfortunately, but we do get to blow up. Hang on. That has Ward 1 too? Crazy. Okay, we can pay that. So, Magnetic Hellkite. Smoking their land. Ooh, we find a land, which is actually kind of great because we draw a card. Ooh, that's going to be good. Do I start going in with the dragons? Yes, it's fine. It's fine. We need to chip her down. But we do have big Ureni. We have lots of things that can maybe stand in the way. If you sacrifice a creature, search your library for a basic land. Okay, fine. We do have Beanstalk. We have Terror. Terror is representing insane amounts of damage. So we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 26. We actually have lethal damage on board right now. With Terror of Mount Velus coming down, giving double strike to everything. Assuming that we don't lose creatures here. They are tapped out. Am I wrong in that this is lethal? 4, 8, 12, 16. I should have counted beforehand. 26. 26 is 52 damage. That looks like a nasty board to me. And also, everything is trampling. I forgot about that. We may as well send in Avatar Roku. This is it. This is the game. Boom, boom, boom. What an insane game. What a good back and forth. The opponent concedes, glitches out the game, ruins everything for us. But we had a fun one. That was cool. What happened with Roku? Why did Roku jump over here? That's weird, right? So we're 6 games in. I don't know how deep I'm going to go. Some of these games are a little bit longer. I actually lost track of how my timing, unfortunately. But that's okay. I think I'm going to do definitely game 7 here. I have to. I'm already locked in. This is not great, but I'm going to trust that the first year student can get it done. Let's see. You can do it, little buddy. Study well. Bad land. Bad land. Unfortunate. Urges. The bane of so many people's existence. Diadrine. Ooh. Actually, that's kind of great draw for us. Diadrine, very cool commander. We're a little bit short on green sources, actually. I think we have a lot more. They're just going to do the +1/+1 counter stuff, though, and we might just be in trouble because they're going to get tremendous amounts of value from the Diadrine drawing cards. And yeah, all we're doing is ramping. So I'm kind of in the hope to ramp into Ureni game plan again. We've been here before. This is a familiar feeling place. Doesn't matter. And we'll throw out the blue source. But we're 3 turns behind getting down Ureni. We're going to start taking damage. Of course, the studious first year can jump in front of something. Lita. Cool. Are they going to remove counters from those 2 creatures when Diadrine attacks? I don't think so. Ooh, oh, never mind. Of course they're doing that. That's so cool. They just had... That's a lot of mana that they seem to have had this turn. Okay. So we got a block here. We need a miracle off the top. That's not the miracle. So there's still a miracle. We don't draw a card, though. Okay. So all this is put down Eric's Uprising and probably die. I think we might be toast on this one. The opponent brought the aggro game plan, and unfortunately, we didn't have the pieces at the start of the game to deal with it. Okay. GG. And yeah, plenty of damage. Good game, opponent. We'll take a loss here on that one. It's okay. Just attack in. All right. You could showboat a little bit. I suppose that was really weird attack suddenly, right? Sometimes the game operates in weird ways where I'm like, oh, those were not human clicks, right? As soon as this went down, they attacked in, right? It was such a jarring thing. Maybe it's just part of the connection, the server sending the information. I don't know, whatever. But it just seems so jagged to me. Let's do one more. And for the final game, Glarb. Glarb. I face off against Glarb. Plenty on the ladder. It seems to be one of the cards that people love messing around with. This is just a little bit too slow, right? Circuitous Route is always a good card to have, but waiting until turn 4, I don't think is where we want to be. This is not great, but it's a little bit better because what we can do is hopefully get some good value out of the claimed territory, and we also have the Sark in here. So this turn it's going to have to be Commercial District. Fine. Hedge Mage is fine. Next turn we have the untapped source with the Verge, and we can make a treasure. It's going to be a little bit awkward. I'm going to have to crack the treasure, but it's just what has to happen. Now, the opponent might have some kind of counterspell interaction. Nope. Okay. Let's reveal. Which one are we revealing? It's so fine. I'm going to reveal the Bloomvine Regent just because it's the card that I'm going to be casting next turn. And so we will go one of these. We'll throw down the Regent. Glarb? Glarb time? Glarb's 4. I can't actually kill it with this. All right. Glarb, Glarb. Oh, okay. That changes things. I'd rather keep around my treasure. So we kind of take all of our forests out of our deck. And Glarb, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast spells with mana value 4 or greater from the top of your library. Not overly surprising that Glarb is a popular commander because people love getting that extra value from the top of their library. Just makes sense, right? Hopefully we can slam down the Magmatic Hellkite on the following turn, though. What is Sultai? You may play lands from your graveyard. Oh, that sucks because we wanted to actually destroy that. The good news is we actually found a pretty good card here in the Molten Exhale. I think just removing Glarb right now, not bad. I like that. This is the first time I've seen somebody play this version, Sultai. The Siege on Sultai, I should say. And that's neat. I like that with that card. Do I want Legend of Roku? Roku has been performing well. It shows us cards, but yeah, okay. Roku, sure. You were the hero in previous games. We're going to try you out again. Next turn, we can go Roku plus Scorching Dragonfire if they have a good target for us. They might just slam down Glarb again, though. And that's a 4 toughness boy that I can't do anything about. So, Legend of Roku. Hit the field. We find land. That's not land. Just one land. You know what? Garruk's Uprising, we're not getting value on it, but when cards come in on subsequent turns, we will be drawing cards from that. Most of our creatures are going to help us draw. And then next turn, definitely Dracu Soar. We have 7 mana available, so Dracu Soar plus Dragonfire is what we'll kind of be holding up. Actually, we'll have 8 mana because of Roku, again, making extra mana, but it's kind of irrelevant unless we draw something nice. No attack. Hey, that is something nice. Actually, that's something very cool. So, we'll do that. We can slam down Frostcliff Siege. Do I want to be drawing cards or giving haste to my creatures? I kind of think I want haste because of this card. Maybe in the future, if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent opponent controls, it deals double that damage instead. Maybe we get that on the field soon, and we can really take the opponent out suddenly. Feed the cycle. Nice. Wait. Oh, we still draw from Garruk's Uprising. It's a land. It's an untapped land, which is okay in my book. Okay, they surveilled 2 to the top. Interesting. So they liked what they saw. We do have Ureni, definitely next turn. If we really want to slam Ureni, we can do that. Are they ninjutsuing Glarb? Is that what's happening here? It could be the mill card, Kitsune's Technique. Yeah. All right. We're in trouble. 20 cards left in our library. And then do they replay Glarb? So now we got to kill them quickly. And so what that probably means is... Oh, Dragonback Assault is kind of good, right? So I play this out and I make 2 4/4s. And then everything after this is going to be just nasty. Come on. Man, sometimes I wish I swore more openly on this channel. Beanstalk's good, but I don't think I need it. Hey, Legend of Roku, whatever, boy. Get in. We're not dying to losing life here. The opponent is only going to mill us out. So hopefully they don't have further mill plans. I kind of feel like they do. Wang Shitong, pretty good here. Unfortunately, the mana that we had from the Firebending could have killed it with the Scorching Dragonfire, but they were just on top of us. Now, do I think the opponent has... I can put out Fable Passage. I wish I had Cavern of Souls. Do they have a counterspell for this? Like, it's very, very possible, right? I really want to slam this and get rid of these 2 creatures. At the same time, I could just slam these 2. But I think it's probably Ureni. Try. They must have a counterspell. They only have 2 cards left in hand, though. Man, if I swore on this channel... if if only I swore on this channel. Okay, let's get in. Firebending Boy. He's got Trample. They put Glarb in front of that. I'm a little surprised by that. We'll take out Wang Shitong while we can. I'm kind of fine losing Roku here. I'd just rather get rid of Glarb. They're down to 1 card in hand. They're going to draw. I don't know. Doesn't seem like a great spot for them. Sure. Prevailing something. Put it in the graveyard. They keep it on top. So they liked it. Sab Sunan has reach. Actually kind of cracked against us. Okay. Doesn't matter. Oh. 2. So how much mana? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can just go Dragonhawk and Twinflame. They have 1 card in hand. Like, there's no way that the last card they have in hand is a counterspell, right? I'm just going to put out Big Boy. I'm going to put all this damage onto Sabsunan. It's fine. It's indestructible. But we still get to attack in with the Ureni. I don't care about my life totals. 23 is plenty. And this is, they block. It doesn't matter. Trample damage is still going through. I'm still hitting them for 11 damage. And they're down to 6. So they basically need to mill us this turn, or the combination of Twinflame Tyrant and Dragonhawk is going to get them. They drew... Suddenly they have a lot more cards in hand. Did they draw extra cards somewhere? I don't know. I felt like they didn't have that many cards in their hand. That's fine. Doesn't do anything. Nowhere to run. Doesn't do anything. Literally doesn't do anything. And we're just going to take some damage here. We're going to put down Twinflame. They have something. Unfortunately, if they do have a counterspell for it, boom. Nice way to end on this one. It would have been kind of fun to attack in, but hey, win, right? All right, feeling a little bit tired after that session. That was a lot of magic for me this morning. I recorded the Skeletons list and also Ureni this morning, so getting stuff ready for the weekend editing sessions and all that. Whatever. Ureni's cool. It's a little bit basic. I mean, as my friend said, ooh, you built Teamer Dragons with Ureni. That's unique, or something along those lines. It was really, really nice of him to say. But it is true. I mean, you know, it's not the hardest thing to see. You know, you ramp into big dragons and you do that. But hey, who doesn't like doing ramp stuff with dragons? It's kind of fun. It is an interesting thing to do, and you get to see cool cards like Terror of Mount Velus, a card that you would never really see. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see many of the big things doing their stuff. It was kind of the Ureni show. I was a little bit surprised at how often I was playing this card out, and it was just kind of getting the job done. So yeah, we saw some company here, but not as wide a range of cool big dragons as I had originally hoped going into this. Still, it's a dragons deck. It's kind of fun. It's neat. That's it for this one. Do continue to let me know what you think about Standard Brawl, what you like to see, if you want to see Historic Brawl more. Marvel Superheroes is coming very soon, so I think I'm not super motivated to do standard stuff right now because things are going to hopefully change once that stuff comes out, or maybe not because the cards that are in standard right now are kind of cracked, and the Marvel Superheroes cards seem more commander focused than they seem standard focused, so maybe it's not going to make much of a wave, but still the idea is in my head that maybe we'll start seeing some changes, so I don't really want to play standard overly, like, too much these days. So probably we'll see some more Brawl before that new set comes out. I don't know, maybe. I haven't planned my next 2 videos. That's it for this one. Song Unending. Take care for now, and yeah, have yourselves a good week. Bye bye.